Alex Pereira is about to rewrite UFC history like no one has ever done. Islam Makhachev's next fight is causing confusion, and Alexander Volkanovski's team just made their stance crystal clear on the title picture. What's up everyone, welcome back. Packed news day today. Pereira chasing history at heavyweight, Makhachev's return triggering a public contradiction, Ngannou telling his side of the PFL story, and Izzy fighting tomorrow. Let's get into it. 247 pounds and chasing history. Alex Pereira posted a video on Instagram standing on a scale, 247 pounds. His caption, 247 pounds, Shama. Confirmed straight from him. On June 14th, at the UFC White House event, Pereira fights Ciryl Gane for the interim heavyweight title. He already holds gold at middleweight and light heavyweight. Win this one, and he becomes the first UFC fighter in history to hold titles in 3 different divisions. Nobody has ever done it. And if he gets past Gane, a unification fight against undisputed heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall becomes the obvious next destination. That fight isn't confirmed, but it's the logical endpoint, and it would be enormous. Makhachev, July or August, nobody's agreeing. His manager Ali Abdelaziz told TMZ that Makhachev was set for July. Dana White jumped on Instagram and shut it down immediately. Not true, it's August. What's confirmed? Makhachev has a hand injury and both sides have acknowledged it. What's not confirmed? The exact date, the card, and the opponent. Reports suggest Ian Gary is the front runner, but his manager reportedly dismissed Michael Morales as fake news while teasing a much bigger fight. Still nothing official. The longer this drags, the messier the welterweight picture gets.
Islam Makhachev is one of the greatest fighters walking the planet Earth right now. The #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, a 2-weight world champion, former Sambo world and European champion. He's absolutely unbelievable at what he does. He is one of the most dangerous men walking the planet right now. When you beat Islam, it changes the way everyone in the world thinks about you, and I'm gonna do it.
This is one of the most anticipated fights of 2026, and right now we don't even know when or who. Ngannou tells his side of the PFL story. Ngannou went on Ariel Helwani's show with one clear message. It was their decision to part ways, not mine. He fought once for PFL, knocked out Renan Ferreira in October 2024, and claims they never offered him another fight despite him being ready and willing. He also says nobody told him when the announcement would drop. He found out through social media like everyone else. What it says about PFL is damaging. They signed the biggest name they've ever had and couldn't build around him. His next confirmed fight is May 16th against Philips Lins on the Netflix card in LA. A strong performance there keeps a UFC return in the conversation, though nothing on the front is confirmed, especially with his issues with Dana White. Adesanya vs Pyfer tomorrow, and the stakes are real. Both made weight at 186. Fight is on for tomorrow night in Seattle. Izzy is on a 3-fight skid. Strickland, Duplessis, Imavov. Lose to Pyfer and the title conversation around him is essentially over. Win convincingly, he's suddenly relevant again heading into the second half of 2026. Pyfer finishes fights, so don't expect this one to be boring. On the side, Izzy was also asked about Chimaev vs Strickland at UFC 328 in May. His take: Strickland has a shot, but only if he survives the early rounds and stays off the mat. He called Chimaev a bat out of hell. He also pointed out they've trained together at Extreme Couture, so there is gym knowledge on both sides that nobody outside of those walls has seen. Volkanovski's coach takes a shot at Joe Silva. Volk's coach Joe Lopez went on submission radio and made their preference clear. They want Movsar Evloev next. He admitted he personally scored the Evloev vs Murphy fight a draw, but was relieved it wasn't called one, because that likely meant a third Lopez fight. On Joe Silva's loud campaign for the title shot, Lopez wasn't having it. He's barking like a little dog. He's not deserving. He's got to earn his spot. Silva is 1-1 in his last 2. Evloev is 20-0 on a 10-fight UFC win streak. The numbers favor Evloev clearly, but Dana White only said the UFC would possibly give him the next shot after his win at UFC London. So nothing is confirmed, and the UFC has skipped Evloev before. That's the news for today. Pereira at 247 chasing a 3rd belt. Makhachev's return still up in the air. Ngannou revealing the real PFL story, and tomorrow night Izzy's back in Seattle. Don't miss it. Drop your Adesanya vs Pyfer prediction in the comments. See you in the next one.